감사합니다.
Broccoli is the best drink, man.
It's the best drink ever.
Who needs meat, eh?
After we have Louis Vuitton beef.
Bit of a changed pace today.
It's very peaceful.
It's very peaceful up here.
Very
isn't it?
peaceful.
It's lovely. We've come out of the hustle and bustle of Seoul.
Yeah.
Come out to slow things down a little bit. See a little bit of a different side of Korea.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And we start going up this kind of windy hill. I just remember feeling like, this is gonna be special, man. There's something different about this. And to add to that, it was snowing. So as we're getting higher and higher up, it's just looking more and more beautiful.
Temple stay. We're going to a temple, bro. 1700-year-old history of Korean Buddhism. This is the only thing I really wanted to do when I was here, bro. I know. Sick. What a guy, bro.
Thank you, man.
I feel like they've thought about everything, even this climb to the temple is part of the experience.
Definitely. The entrance is beautiful. Look at that.
Automatically, taking off your clothes that you've kind of worn from the outside and putting on the traditional clothing just does something to you.
This is unreal.
This is not fashion. This is minimalist.
Yeah.
Stripped back. It's so comfortable. It's so amazing.
So good. The thing is, like, we work quite hard and it's so rare to get the opportunity to stop and pause. And as soon as we got into that temple, it felt like, and breathe.
One of the monks of the temple here is going to come and introduce us.
안녕하세요.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
아이고, 저희가 지금부터 우리 절 소개를 좀 해드릴게요.
너무 영광이에요. 감사합니다. 정말로.
여기까지는 이제 흔히 말하는 속세. 이 문 안으로 들어올 때는 이제 밖에 있었던 모든 번뇌와 스트레스 이런 것들을 그냥 여기 잠시 내려놓으시고 순수하고 깨끗하고 평온한 마음으로 이렇게 이제 들어가시면 되겠습니다.
It's happened already, man. It's happened already.
그럼 한번 들어가 보실게요. 예.
This is unreal, bro.
이 절은 만든 지 제가 한 600년 정도 되는데 600년 전부터 있었던 천연 동굴이 하나가 이제 명물이거든요.
This is incredible.
Wow.
This is insane.
Wow. Oh my days. Wow.
Wow.
Oh my
This is pretty special, huh?
I can't explain to people how it felt. It's like a level of peace that is just unlike anything. It's so calm.
Yeah, I'm genuinely lost for words, man. The creation is just an incredible thing, and then how they've looked after it
Yeah.
and made it such a peaceful place of
Yeah.
solitude. Man, especially for us, like our lives and our careers are so busy, so we don't often get time to just chill, exhale, take it all in,
Yeah.
and you can do that here, so
Appreciate nature.
yeah, man.
Like, remember the world that you're born into, you know?
I'm so grateful, like, to experience this with my friend, like, it's crazy, bro.
절을 3번 하는 거를 한번 시범을 보여드릴 테니까 같이 한번 해보시겠어요?
예, 너무 좋아요.
먼저 이렇게 합장을 하시고 손을 모으시고 이렇게 반배라고 해가지고 그 다음에 이제 땅에 이렇게 내려가면 되거든요.
And then he quite impressed me with his flexibility because he got down to the floor and back up in one movement. It took me 23 movements to do the same thing.
Yeah. Off. And then you go down fully onto the ground.
이게 존경의 표시로 이렇게 하는 거예요.
Showing respect.
네. 그리고 일어나시는 거예요. 마지막으로 또 반배. 요거를 3번 하시면 돼요. 지금 저 키들이 크시기 때문에 아까 내려올 때보다 더 이렇게 머리 조심하셔야 돼요. 여러분들 그 머리 다치는 건 상관이 없는데 바위가 깨지기 때문에.
Rocks might get broken.
And then he took us to the bell, man.
It's beautiful, huh?
Incredible.
그러면 제가 한번 시범을 보여드릴 테니까 좀 요동을 주시다가 칠 때 세게.
That's loud.
It's very loud.
자기의 마음을 담아서 이렇게 정성스러운 마음으로 치면 더 좋겠죠. 한번 쳐보세요. 이쪽에 오셔가지고.
Barney getting choked up. Ooh, feeling it.
It was a very deep moment for me. I let go of a lot of stuff. I think like what he said, giving things over. in the hecticness and the hustle and bustle of like life, I'm preparing to be a dad. My upbringing is like, I didn't grow up with a dad, right? And so there's a lot of pressure that you put on yourself being a father for the first time that you can't really quantify. And I didn't realize how much pressure I put on myself. And my wife is great and like my family are amazing. But I suppose I wanted to do everything and then him go, by the way, it's okay. Like you can put everything away and you can let go of that. And so what he said about the bell and like what it symbolizes for me was just like breathtaking.
It just continues and continues. It sort of feels like it's like reverberating with like the inside of your body. It's really hard to explain. It's quite emotional.
Yeah. Sometimes we can like look down on rituals and practices, but
Old
you can see, how special they are when you fully like immerse yourself into it.
Barney's gotten emotional as well. Yeah. Come here, mate. I love you, bro. You good?
All good.
You good?
All good.
Wow.
Very beautiful.
It's really, really beautiful. It's very moving, isn't it?
No. Sorry, guys.
No, don't apologize at all. I mean, it is a moving thing.
Making me cry. You making me cry too much.
No. You made my day.
I'm a rapper. I'm supposed to be gangster. This is not part of it.
이제 108계단이 있어요. 한자로 해탈문이라고 적혀 있는데 여기 문을 통과하면 깨달음을 이루게 된다. 한 계단 한 계단 가면서 번뇌를 하나씩 제거하겠다는 그런 마음으로 정성껏 올라가시고 그렇게 해보시기 바라요.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
That was incredible. Incredible, genuinely incredible.
The monk's very clever because all these places are linked. Like that Barney said when we went to bang the drum, broke down because of all the pressures. And then you end up at the steps where you can let go of those pressures.
So thoughtful.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, man.
And then
Snow
us
is so
three
perfect.
together walked up these steps at different speeds, thinking about different things. We get to the top of the steps, but had this amazing moment of vulnerability and sharing.
Appreciate sharing this experience with you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't get the opportunity to do this if you guys hadn't come, so I'm just as thankful as you guys.
I just feel so light. I've had so much insecurity recently of like being a good dad, like good husband, good friend. And all that can feel like so much pressure. Then you just come here and just take time out, hear from such a wise guy who's been here 17 years, and you just feel like light and like it's gonna be all right.
I think there's a quote from Charlie Chaplin. It's like our life, like close up is a tragedy, zoomed out it's a comedy. When you have perspective on things, it's like the things that you've been like stressing about, especially like in our fields of work. We've got families, we've got friends that love us. We have to be able to experience, to be able to be like, what?
Wow.
I mean, if nature doesn't bring you closer to God, I don't know what could. Like, just look at it, like it's, we didn't do any of this. Like,
Ollie was up yesterday, could we get some snow tomorrow? Snow would be great, you know, it looked great.
Yeah, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had in life.
that was life-changing, that one. And the food was, obviously the vegan food, that was ridiculous.
Of course.
It was so ridiculous.
We've come to a restaurant that specialises in sacharum, homely, vegan, temple food lunch.
Wow.
You can see we're in like proper traditional Korean building. Oh, there's a hammock.
Ah,
Our
감사합니다.
first course has arrived. Oh, look at this.
감사합니다. 이거부터 드셔야 돼요. 송차라는 건데요. 솔잎하고 생강, 그 다음에 배아, 4달 숙성시켜가지고.
Do you drink this yourself?
네.
I want to look like you when I get a little bit older.
자기가 먹고
Oh my word.
pear.
The pear is like beautiful.
The pear. 직접 소개해 주셔서 정말 감사합니다. This here is black sesame soup. Right.
You totally taste the sesame seed.
흑임자, black sesame.
That's big and tasty.
Really distinct flavour, right? So, first time at a temple today.
First time at a temple.
What was that like?
Emotional.
It was.
Yeah,
It was quite
Very
emotional.
emotional.
I think from today I learned that there's universal practices, you know, taking time out, peace, love, gratitude, that everyone can benefit from. So
I don't know, I have a real soft spot for like people that like dedicate their lives to spirituality. I think it's such a beautiful thing, regardless of what you believe. I learned more than I've learned in years from that guy's just speaking about his experiences. And it wasn't forceful, it was very respectful and very humble. So I had an amazing time.
definitely top 3 experiences that I've had.
What, in life?
Yeah, I think so. Because where else can you get that?
So, 도토리묵.
도토리묵.
You guys ever had acorns before?
Not eating them.
Use them to conk people over the head with.
As a projectile weapon.
Yeah. Oh, it's like jelly. It cuts.
Proper gelatinous.
Wow, with the trim.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Who needs meat, eh?
Who needs me?
Who needs meat?
After we have like a Louis Vuitton beef.
You guys both talk a little bit about your faith in your work. I love how open-minded you guys were in going into this whole experience, firstly. Obviously, being in a temple, bowing in front of a Buddha statue is not the sort of thing you're going to be doing on the daily. What was that like?
Well, sometimes we can overcomplicate how we view things like that. I always personally choose to approach situations like that with an open mind, because my hope would be that if someone came into like a church or explored my faith, they would also have an open mind.
I think there should be a thing of like, I want to hear you out, you're going to hear me out, and we can kind of like this food, right? We just bring it all to the table and learn from each other.
Another John?
John with Kim.
Look at that. Yeah.
I love the variations.
Ah, and this is 동동주인가요? 막걸리? It's a 막걸리.
Look at the design on that. I've got to buy one of these.
It's the proper way of having makgeolli. Stunning, isn't it?
Even the labels,
That's the
stunning.
stuff.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Done.
Done.
Come something.
Makgeolli is the best drink, man.
It's the best drink
ever.
I'm gonna pick some of that up tomorrow.
I love the amount of things I'm doing with you guys that I've never done. I've been full-time introducing Korean culture on YouTube for 10 years. This is my 10th year.
And there's still new
There's
things to
still a
do.
new thing. I mean, there's endless.
Awesome.
That's great.
How's that? Oh, yeah.
That tastes a bit pancakey.
It does, right? Yeah.
Ah, God.
They often call John Korean pancake, but this is the most pancakey one I've had. Wow! Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. And I think of 사찰 음식.
Whoa.
감사합니다.
7가지 나물이에요. 이 밥은 여기다 퍼요. 누룽지랑 이거 차를 부어요.
They burn it on purpose. Whenever I burn my rice, I want to tell my wife it was on purpose.
The last thing we did, the 108 steps, which I swear didn't feel like 108.
Wow. Sorry.
What did you have? 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 What did you
Those
have?
potatoes.
Yeah?
Try that potato.
Start on whatever you want, mate. I'm getting involved.
That potato is unreal.
That's good.
Sorry, my bad.
In my mouth.
What were you thinking about when you were walking
I
out?
was thinking about the fact that Luke is here in Korea, the fact that I'm still working with my best friend, Ollie. 10 years in, I'm getting to bring you guys to Korea. I have so many things to be thankful for. I'm so blessed. Like, I don't deserve this. I didn't do anything in my life to deserve this level of blessing, and I was just really, really thankful.
That is amazing, man. You mentioned you're working with your best friend after 10 years.
Yeah.
Here's my best friend.
Okay.
We actually nearly killed each other about 2 weeks ago. I was ready to call out, sorry, I know it's last minute, but I am not going away with this guy.
Both of us.
He said, we're never ever working on music again.
Then we made a song
Fast
yesterday.
forward to making a song with Woogie in the studio with your guys. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Here's the friendship.
It's a friendship, man.
Jan, come there. Give me some of your ladle.
Cheers. Are you going to drink that straight from the
You've been doing it.
Go on. Have you genuinely been doing that this whole time? You can take that back.
Wow, this is really special, guys. So special. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, man.
For now, on the
Olio, 여기까지.
Wow. What a day.
Great, guys.
What a meal.
That's ridiculous.
I wouldn't mind being vegan if the food was like this. Who needs meat, eh?
You've had Louis Vuitton beef, Prada chicken. It's now
Prada
time for
chicken.
some Chanel pork ribs.
What?
This is a tteokgalbi. Cooking it on top of the charcoal to get
This stuff tastes amazing.
This is called fist rice.
Can you imagine if someone did that to your food when they came in? Can you imagine that with fish and chips?
I think fist and chips.
spot for like people that like dedicate their lives to spirituality.
Do you think this cat keeps an Xbox somewhere? You know what I mean? Like, we don't have anybody come into the temple today. I'm gonna close my door and call of duty. Not judging him. I'm just saying, like, you think there's a chance? You know what I mean? I'd send him a game or two. He gives gamer vibes. A Switch to be more discreet. He's got the console in his pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, stupid. Oh, man. I tell you what, this episode was up there for me. This was up there for me. Because not only did I appreciate, like, the contrast of the high energy that we saw when they went to the producer's studio. Wookie? Is that right? Wookie? Wooby. It's one of those two. What's his name again? Wookie. Woogie. Are you sure? I thought Woogie was the blanket. Woogie. Okay, you're all saying it. Okay, so Woogie. They went to Woogie's studio, laid down some tracks, and even Woogie was like, that's a lot of energy. But now we get this, and we get the contrast where all the guys are saying, you know, you don't have a lot of opportunities like this to kind of slow down and breathe and get away from the hustle and bustle of our careers and our everyday life. And I tell you what is really interesting about that is I feel like that gesture, that notion is very relatable to many of us. Maybe not all of us, but many of us, where it's hard to have those moments, you know? But I think it's interesting is something to note on that topic. This month, from the first day to the last day, you know who has committed to not watch TV at all. She wanted to kind of slow things down. She wanted to like take a break from the screen. And she doesn't really do like video games. She does a little bit, but just to kind of break away from the TV and just kind of see what happened over a month. And as she puts it, I wanted to see what I was missing. I wanted to see what kind of, you know, showed up in the quiet, you know, when I'm generally distracted. And I thought that was pretty, interesting. So she's been doing it. It's 21 days in now. She's a rock star. She actually took up diamond art, which is not something I expected, but she's been doing diamond art and she loves it. Listening to audiobooks, reading, and just doing some stuff. But what's interesting is after like the first week, she was already starting to identify things that I guess kind of like you'd probably, it's probably no surprise, but like after a week, we're talking more. Not that we didn't talk before, but we're talking more. You know, it's, well, how was your day? And then the conversation begins. And rather than both of us just trying to fire hose the day's details real quick so we can get dinner, sit down, and watch TV, it's like there's a timer going. But now it's the conversation starts, and the conversation could last an hour and a half. And that is completely different, you know? So it's been really interesting to see kind of how things have changed once we took the TV out of the equation. I'm very grateful for that. So I think as she'll finish up the month, and I think she's going to like change a little bit of how she does it next time, because she wants to do it like once a quarter is her goal. But it has been very eye-opening. And the reason I tell you all that is because here's, you know, Isaac and Barney in the show, and they're talking about, well, life has this and it has that, and you don't really get a chance to slow down sometimes. And sometimes that is the case. You just don't have any options. But also, I think there are times where we do have more control than we think we do, but it does take a conscious decision to like put some effort into it, or to face the uncomfortable, to be uncomfortable. And I'll tell you, the first 3 days, she was miserable. She was like, I can't do this. I'm so bored. I come home from work and I just need to turn off. I need to veg, and I have nothing to do that. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. But she stuck it out, and she found things. She found things that would allow her to do that. So it's been really, really interesting. And I think it's been really good. It's been good for us. I'm not really much of a TV guy anyway. So it was not much on me, but I told her after about maybe a week and a half of this, I asked her, so how are you feeling about the whole no TV thing? And she said, I think it's been good. I've identified this, identified that. I do miss it, and I think it'll be good for the times that I have a long day and I just need to like turn off and let my brain turn off. But I don't think it should be TV every day. So she's kind of working on the details. She said, what do you think about it? I said, well, I hadn't really thought about it, but now that you're asking, I do have to say, I think it showed me that I've kind of missed you. She goes, well, what do you mean? I'm here every day. I said, it's not the same. I guess this whole journey for you has kind of opened up my eyes into the fact that, we get home, I work hard, you work hard, work long hours, a lot going on. And then it's like we link up. How was your day? Good. Drama? Yep. Food, TV. And then the only noise in the house most of the time would be the TV. And of course, we still banter and joke and all that good stuff. But it really does create quite a barrier with communication. Yeah, you're both sitting there and you're both watching the same thing, the occasional witty comment, but it's different. It's different when there's nothing. It's quiet. And you actually have a conversation that goes back and forth, and there's no time limit. That's the real key. But again, all that to say, that was a choice she made. She forced herself to follow through with that, and it just seems to open yourself up to things you weren't aware of. And I think that's what Barney was experiencing. He had that emotional moment up on the bell, and I think it all kind of hit them. And I think that's really awesome. These little peaceful times.